We get this question frequently. How many episodes should you launch your podcast with? A large number, a small number? Jeremy, what are some of your thoughts when people ask about how many episodes should they have when they get started, when they launch a podcast?
We recommend launching with, 3 to 4, ideally. And really, it's just to get started, to show social proof, to get them up there as soon as possible. Right. Mm-hmm. And we don't want people to wait too long. Some people say, well, I want to wait till I have 7, or I want to wait till I have 10 to launch. And we recommend you have 3 ready to go, launch with 3. If you have 4, launch with 4. But you also you talk about this, you want to keep a little bit of a backlog so that you can drip them out over the next few weeks. So let's say you've only recorded 3, maybe you launch with 2 episodes and then you leave 1 just as a buffer to give yourself a buffer to record the next one. So you launch with 2, then the following week you launch the 3rd one, and then you get on that. Most people have a weekly cadence. So having a couple that you have in the backlog to keep releasing in a weekly cadence, so you don't feel, well, sometimes you want to feel a little pressure to record, but so you don't feel ultimate pressure. You have a little bit of a leeway there.
And part of the reason to not launch with just 1 is because people tend to binge consume this type of content. So if you're going to go out there and put it on LinkedIn, email your friends about it, tell your family friends to check it out, you want people to go and be able to download a couple of episodes. And the last thing you want is for them to, maybe your first episode is 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. They're in an hour-long commute. They listen to 1 and then they get to the end and there's nothing left, especially at the launch time. So you want to have a couple of episodes in there, ideally 3 or 4 for them. Now, some other people, Jeremy, say, I want to wait until I get to 10. So what do you say to people who say, well, I want to have 10?
Yeah, you don't want to wait too long. Like you just said, you want to get them out the door. You want to be able to share it. You want to be able to, when you're reaching out to more guests, say, here are what the episodes look like. Here they are. So you don't want to wait too long. And plus, even if you aim for 10, you can still launch with 3 or 4 and then drip them out once a week for 4 or 5 weeks after the launch.
And I often say to people, there's no hard and fast rules here. There's no requirements. It doesn't have to be a certain number. If you're having trouble getting to 10 and you've gotten to 7, great. Let's start with 7. It doesn't have to be an exact round 10. No one's going to hold it against you or think less of you because you don't have exactly that number. Any final thoughts, Jeremy, on this?
No, I think the answers have changed, and it depends on the type of podcast, where some people wanted more at launch because it inflates the download numbers a little bit. If you get a couple subscribers and they download your episodes, so it looks like you've gotten more downloads. But for us, we're not really promoting people to send them to iTunes or Spotify. We want them going to your real estate, and we're emphasizing going back to your website as opposed to emphasizing downloads and subscribers on Apple Podcasts. So for us, from a B2B perspective, it really doesn't matter as much, even if you're looking at some of what other people's thoughts are out there.
Yeah. Or in addition to that, whatever advantage you might get from downloads or subscribers on that initial launch has to be counterbalanced against the advantage you get from consistency of putting content out there on a regular basis, being able to share it on platforms like LinkedIn, that sort of thing. There is a significant advantage to that. So it might be better for you to hold on to a couple of extra episodes and then be able to put out those episodes regularly. So we'll wrap it up with that, and we'll see you in the next video.